Hello?
Hi, welcome to Girlfriend
Girlfriend
Talk.
talk. I'm Nick.
I'm Rose.
B.
Oh, I'm Shelly. I'm the guest.
Hey, Shelly.
What's up, girls? And it's Girlfriend without an S.
Yes, yes.
I learned that this week.
Okay.
I don't know why somebody kept putting an S on it.
It's just
Probably.
a habit. I think she just automatically say girlfriend.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm so excited for you guys. It's almost here. Y'all been prepping for a few months now, huh? Because y'all been on the show twice before or three times already? Twice before.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you got this time, and then you're going to come on two more times. And after that, you're going to be on your flying in
Yeah,
your
we're gonna be
own
having our own
wings.
little thing going on.
You got your own. You're gonna have your own set.
Yes.
Are y'all excited?
Excited, nervous.
All right. You'll be all right.
Oh yeah, we good.
Yeah.
What's on here?
Yeah. Make sure your phones are turned in.
Yeah, my phone is down. Everybody good?
I'm good.
Everybody's good.
Okay, we ready for our first topic?
I'm ready whenever
Are we
you ready.
Right. So one of our topics, we've been talking about marriage and everything. So one of the
Hello?
questions is, does marriage boil down to money? Is marriage just about money, or do we still have those old school values when it comes to marriage?
Or do
That's a
people
good question.
marry for money? I mean, yeah. Do they marry for money?
Yeah.
It's, his finances, my finances. His finances, my finances.
Then
Will I
you
marry
asking,
him?
do people not marry for love anymore?
Nah.
It's really like.
And that's a good question, because some people, well,
was
when you
loud.
look at to this day and age, when we're accepting, when a lot of people are shacking, when we're accepting relationships, and as long as we're together, that's all that matters. I'll use my brother for an example. He's probably going to kill me when he finds out,
Right.
but he's been dating for 8 years. He's been dating a young lady for 8 years. And to me, at the 8 years, why won't you just go ahead and get married? Well, he says he doesn't believe in marriage.
What?
That's what he said.
you
Some
getting all
people
the
are
benefits.
comfortable just being in that situation, and they say a paper doesn't validate their relationship. So
Yeah, but a paper makes it. But think of the things that marriage
No, I agree
also
with you.
says to the world. Marriage also, especially when it comes down to you passing away. When you pass away,
Mhm.
when it's time for, and I'm not just saying this in the sense of things, but when I'm married to someone, when I pass away, there's no guess as to where things are,
Right.
who's going to get what,
Right.
where my things are going to go. My husband is going to, and then my
It's
children.
automatic.
Right.
That's
But,
true.
but when you haven't set up anything, and a lot of us, I hate to say it, but a lot of us die without wills. We don't know. I mean, the government ends up taking most of our
They
stuff.
sure
Most
do.
of
We
us
haven't
die
prepared
without
for anything.
wheels.
Yeah, whether
Yeah.
you're married or not.
So, in terms of
I die without
you brought
insurance.
up, do you marry for money, Nikki?
This
day
I was
and
in a
age?
relationship for 8.5 years. Did I want to marry him? No. Would I have married him for money? No. Why? I didn't have to.
Is that because he was giving you money, or does it just
Of course he's giving me money.
okay?
Ain't nothing free.
Right.
But is it just, but so our relationships just boiled down to money? Is that all? Is that the only
It's a
reason?
I don't
big
think
factor.
so.
No, it's a big
I don't-
factor though.
yeah,
in
it is a big
relationship. I
factor.
don't want to struggle with somebody.
Mm-mm.
That's true.
I ain't trying to.
But
take care of
but
nobody.
I need to be able to stand to be around you and look at you too. I don't care how much money you have.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Because with that question, okay, so say he has a lot of money, but you're not attracted to him,
And you're not happy.
and you're not happy. Then
And the
what?
I can't
sex
do
is
that. We're not gonna be
terrible.
together.
I can't do that one. I'm sorry.
That's bad.
I'm sorry, I
don't
can't.
want- Look,
I cannot.
no money in the world is gonna take over that part.
Exactly. So what are we marrying for nowadays? Are we marrying for companionship, and it's great that you have money? Are we looking for someone?
Why we can't have it all?
I think somebody put a post out there the other day that said, I think it was Nick. He put out Nick. Sorry, let me say the names right. Nick. Nick. I think she put out there the other day that you don't marry somebody. What was it? Don't marry somebody that you can live with. Marry somebody that you can't live without.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I think that, old school, that's what people married for. I think the values were you know, we've done the single thing. We've been out there. We've done whatever. Now I need a companion. Now I need someone that I can raise children with. Now I need someone that I can build with, and so on and so forth. So it didn't boil down to money. It boiled down to a whole bunch of things. So it wasn't just, you know, it's just about money. But nowadays, I think a lot of people do look at the money part. You know, I think they do look at what can I get out of this person? What is the benefit for me? And I think that's why a lot of marriages end up in divorce too, is because of selfishness.
Right.
You know, what are you going to do for me, as opposed to what are we going to do for each other? You know, marriage is a partnership. It's not supposed to be individual. You might as well stay single if you're going to have an individual mindset in your marriage.
I agree.
Ooh, that's why I'm not married.
Well, I'd like to believe that marriage is a partnership. And a lot of people go into it with that concept, but then when the going gets tough, you know, a lot of people say, well, I didn't sign up for this, you know, and people forget the vows, because it does say if they're using the traditional vows,
Right.
for better or for worse, and richer and poorer, and sickness and in health.
Right.
So if I'm getting poor and I'm getting worse and I'm getting sick up front, most people like, I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
I signed up for the better. I signed up for the richer. I signed up for the health.
Right.
So when I'm getting all the other stuff, I don't want it, and I'm just going. And so marriage now becomes disposable, like everything else. And so with that said, should a marriage be treated like a business contract?
Ooh, wait. Well, you got a couple of comments here on the page.
Oh, awesome.
You got a Mr.
Pretty Man.
Bruce Pretty Man. Pretty Man. Is that
Okay.
his real name?
That is his real name.
Get out of
Hey,
town.
Bruce.
What's up, Pretty
Hey,
Man?
Pretty
Bruce
man.
Man.
I know
Pretty
plenty of
man.
people that marry for money. I don't know that many people marry for money.
But how long do the relationships last when you marry for money?
So they go broke.
Well, it doesn't take long to spend money.
Yeah.
It
It
seems
really-
like that's in a whole totally different culture.
What?
The ones that marry just for
For
money. Yes.
That's not a different culture.
It seems
Isn't that,
like, you know,
isn't that
a
what
lot
the
of
gold
black people
digger
that marry for
is?
money
Exactly.
because
Or the people who trying to come up, because
That's
you got
why I
brothers
said-
that are gold digging now too.
Exactly.
Who
Yeah,
is?
you have
Men.
you have men now
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
that are
the
looking
men
for
are,
old
but
gigolo, just looking for women to take care of them,
Mhm.
and you got women doing it.
Mhm.
So
Uh-oh, Mr.
well, I
Pretty
will
Man
say
said
this.
it's not just women. He know men too.
that's
I
correct.
would say that it's more Caucasian women. They were brought up they were raised to go for men
For money.
for money. That's how they were raised. But when a black woman goes for a man with money, that's when she's a gold digger, lazy, and every other name under
Some of them do be late.
But you know,
But you know, it's a difference. We looked at it differently. They looked at
Now,
us differently.
in all
They
honesty,
They really do.
Well, and yeah, some women are taught to
Marry for money.
well, not marry for money, but to get a husband. It comes with those traditional values of
Marry for
getting a
money.
husband. Let's get married. Let's
Sure.
meet a man in college and get married.
It's like the next step in your life.
Right. That's part of your
As
plan.
opposed to go out and enjoy your life. Go travel the
Go find your
world.
basketball player, football player, doctor, lawyer.
I
I can
Yes,
say
Go
when I was
find
in
that,
high school, I was
please.
thinking about getting married. I really was.
In
I
high school?
wasn't.
In high school,
high
I was
school.
engaged to be married when I graduated from high school.
Oh, no.
In the 12th grade.
So
At
worried about
17, I
kicking
was
it.
the guy I was dating. I had been dating him my whole high school from 14 all the way to 18. I had been dating him. He was 2 years older than me, and so he went into
Sugar
the
mom.
military, and I knew that was my next step. I was going to graduate from high school. In fact, I didn't even go to the college I wanted to go to because my mindset was, he's in the military. Let me find a career that will follow us wherever we go. So if he gets
Oh,
stationed in
wow.
Hawaii, if he gets stationed in Kentucky, I'm going to go into computers. I'm going to be Mrs. I'm not even going to call his name
She
out.
had it all planned out.
Yes, I had it all planned out. I was going to get married, and I did not marry him.
Why?
Because he was 2 years older than me, and once I got out of high school, I went to college, and he was stationed in California, and he found somebody in California. Yeah. So it didn't happen.
So
Like
because
that.
Wow.
She got for the bed. She was
Well,
too
yeah,
young.
he cheated, but I
Okay,
didn't
it's
want
high
to do that.
school.
I'm like, I just want to
She
say,
didn't need that. She was in high school. That's okay.
But she said, I said, why did you marry marry him. She said because he was 2 years older than me.
Right,
She knew
and
that
he-
through high school.
Well,
Right.
But
She was in
basically,
high
long story
school.
short,
He cheated. That's
he
what it
cheated
was.
once I graduated from high school, and I was.
But is it really cheating because y'all weren't married yet?
But we were engaged. I had a ring and
Okay.
everything.
It's still
I got you.
cheating.
That's considered
No,
cheating.
that's considered cheating.
We had a
Once you put the
monogamous
ring on it,
relationship. We
yeah,
had an
it
agreement
was
that we
committed.
were one. Yeah, we were committed, and he was no longer committed.
Yeah, once you put a ring on it, you better
And he
not
put
be
a
looking
ring
at
on
nobody
it.
else.
So we boyfriend and girlfriend. That's not committed.
That's a good question.
Yeah, so if I got a dude, it's okay for him to go cheat on me because we're not married. Nah, I don't think so.
not cheating.
It
It depends on your.
No,
But I
Well,
think once
it
you
depends on
establish,
your-
Because I'm not gonna marry you if I'm in a relationship with you and you cheating on me.
right,
I'm
but
not
if
even gonna take it there.
establish that beforehand, because a lot of people,
Yeah,
not gonna happen.
You gotta establish that.
You have to establish that. A lot of people
in
are
your
going
dating
out with
relationship. Yeah, we're still
That's
searching.
dating.
So
That's dating. If
Dating is different
it's
from being in a committed relationship
everybody-
before
is he that
marriage.
committed though? Is he that committed to you? Because if he's
Is
that
she that
committed to
committed?
you, well, that's what I'm saying. If he's already that committed to you, why aren't you already
Nikki,
married?
Is she that committed?
If they're not
Because
that
marriage is
committed-
not for
I give
ready, or
you-
you're not ready to be in a committed. I mean, take it to that next step of marriage. Don't mean that. Okay, before you got married, what were you doing?
Dating.
So it wasn't one on one.
It
Y'all
was
didn't say
one-on-one.
okay.
Just dating.
It was one-on-one, but
Okay.
we actually talked about marriage while we were dating. So
Right.
that was a different. to
So
me,
y'all
that
was cheating on
different.
each other with other people before y'all got married.
No.
Okay, then that's what we
But I'm
saying.
saying
But
if
they
you don't have the
established it, that's what she said.
conversation that okay, this it's just me and you now. We're
Mhm.
serious. If you don't establish that in your dating relationship, he can
Oh,
do
yeah,
whatever
you
he
have
wants
to
do.
establish
Right.
that.
Okay,
Whatever
Yeah.
you want to do.
Because
Yeah,
how many
we have
people
to
can actually
establish it.
say they sit down and say, you know what, it's you and I. It's just gonna be me and you. Okay.
Ooh, we got a
Can't see
lot of
nobody can
comments,
say nobody.
y'all.
Somebody said
You gotta read them.
an
comments.
engagement isn't marriage until you are single until you are married. No,
That is the
No, no, no.
coach from the show.
no.
Mar-
No.
Martez,
I
that's
would never
you.
get married then.
If you ask me to be your wife, that means that
Now,
you
I
are no
agree with
longer wanting
Martez.
to be single.
Right.
So therefore, we may not be married yet, but we're in the plans of getting married.
Right.
I do not expect the man who asked me to be his wife to continue to be out there dating. Or to continue to be out there sowing
Exactly.
his wild oats or royal oats or whatever
Coming
you
to
want to
America.
call it. Right.
Being
If
a
you want
dog,
to do that,
that's
then
what
you
I
don't
call it.
ask me. Because when you say I want to marry someone, you're
You're
taking
taking
them
yourself off the market.
You're taking yourself off the market.
Mhm.
So if I've taken myself off, then you know you need to take yourself
Mhm.
Okay,
off.
wait a minute. No, but if he asks you to be his girlfriend, isn't that taking you off the market?
To
But
me,
he can cheat. But he can cheat.
No,
if you're
you.
not committed.
Well, first of all,
That's
with
what-
me, you can't cheat in any shape, form, or fashion.
well, that's what we're saying.
any
If
form of our
you
relationship.
girlfriend, okay, you want to use the high school term, girlfriend, boyfriend.
Shamika
Professor
said,
got a
what's-
big old long
and Shamika
response.
said, "What's the topic? Does the marriage boil down to money?"
The topic was about marriage boiling down to money, or
Oh.
should marriage be treated like a business contract? When we
Okay.
started talking about money.
Did he really just
He wrote a book.
he did.
Okay.
But that's Professor. He's very, very well thought out in his responses.
Bianca said, "What's my husband saying?"
Girl, go back up there and read his comments.
And some women do think, okay, so one comment says, it's all races, white, black, Mexican, it doesn't matter. I've heard women tell their daughters they need to find a man to take care of them. And that could be a generational thing. So if my mother told me I need to find a man to take care of me, then I'm going to teach what I know. That's all
told
my
my
mother ever
daughter.
told me. So I'm going to teach my daughter, find a good man.
I
that's
told
gonna
my
take
daughter,
care of
you got a daddy.
I teach my daughter
You
to
get
take care of
everything you
yourself.
need from
If
your
a man
daddy
can come and
until you
add
get
to it,
married.
great.
And we'll see, my mom
Learn
was
to
a
take
single
care of
parent, so
yourself.
I use that as an example.
Well, I never
She did
wanted
it,
my
I could do
daughter
it.
to allow any man to hold money over her head.
Exactly.
Hold anything over her head. So it was just like, you know what? Anything you need, you ask for from your daddy. Don't you ask it from anybody that you're dating. Now, when you get married, that's a different thing. Your dad releases you to that man, and then he can do those things for you. But before that, don't do that because
I'm
they
asking
might
for
use
some
it over
money.
your head. You could ask for money all day long, but don't let them use it over your head.
That's right.
Because that was the one thing I did not want my daughter to be a part of. I didn't want her to feel pressured to be with somebody because they were giving her money and they were giving her gifts and all this other stuff. And I was like, you can let them know I have a daddy. You don't have to do this for me.
Right.
I'm happy that
Right.
you're doing it for me, but you don't have
But you
to.
don't have
I
to.
don't need it from you because I have a dad to do that for me.
Exactly. And but on the same tip, it's okay. Like Nick said, if he wants to give you gifts,
Yes.
thank you, I appreciate it. But
you.
like anything else, like when I first started dating, first thing I would tell a guy is, don't assume you're going to get a good night kiss on your first date. Don't assume you can touch me or you're going to get a good night kiss. I appreciate the dinner. I said thank you. I'm going to be polite, but what you're not going to do is take your liberties with me. Don't assume.
Do you believe in the 90-day rule?
I don't put not a date to
Timeline
it. I
on
don't
it.
put a timeline to it because I think it should be natural when you're feeling someone. I'm just never really feeling someone on the first date. I can honestly say that. But I think if it's a real relationship and you're letting it develop organically, don't put a timeline on it because then you're so busy trying to count days. Or I saw him this days, so we're at 88
What
days.
about love at first sight?
I don't know if it's love. It's probably lust.
Does that happen?
I think love encompasses more than just a physical attraction.
Look at me.
That's really love at first sight.
I think that's lust at first sight. I think it's lust
I
at
don't know.
first
When
sight.
I first see my ex-husband, I was
Some
like,
people
oh,
do have love at first sight. You
Well,
can't
I
determine
know
how people feel about another
Right.
person.
Well, I know some older couples.
think-
I don't know any young couples that have done this, but I know some
Yes,
older
it
couples
is.
that I'm sure they're out there, but I
Mhm.
don't know any. But I know some older couples that they knew immediately that was the person they wanted to marry.
I heard
In
that.
That's
couples
romantic.
ministry
I
at my
like
church,
that.
there were
Yeah.
a couple of couples that were like that, and they were married 45, 50
Wow.
years.
I heard that.
They got married within 45 days.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew one couple that got married in
6
45
months,
days.
6
and they
weeks.
They are still together. They stayed together until she passed away from breast cancer just
Oh,
recently.
Wow, that's beautiful. And see, that it's a good thing she didn't have the 90-day rule
Right.
because she would have been. That's
She'd
why
have
I said
missed
you
out.
shouldn't put a date on or
You
a
can't
time
put a
on it.
date.
It should grow naturally. And some people meet and you just click and you just know that's the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life. Like Nick said, when you saw your husband, you knew.
I said, that's my husband.
Oh,
Aww.
somebody said no
that.
such thing as love at first sight. You can't say that. You
Mm,
don't
It
know
might not have happened
because
to
you don't know
yet.
other people's hearts. You don't know how
That's
they feel.
right.
You know.
Benchwarmer said, a husband is different than a fiance, which is different than a boyfriend. It's the line he gave me when we was dating.
That's
He
true.
said, what?
I agree.
Well, he got a point.
That was the
Yeah.
line he gave me when we
That's
were dating.
true.
He's like, when you become my fiance, I'm gonna give you more, and when you get married, I'm gonna give you more of me, and da 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 da.
He over there
I'm
like,
like,
That sound
okay.
Walking
game.
away.
That was some game.
yeah, I'm gonna give you.
He
more.
had some good lines.
Like, you got this wrong.
I believe that there can be love at first. Like I
I
don't
believe it too.
I don't judge other people based on my standards.
Yeah.
If you say that you fell in love, that's like telling when you see young people like teenagers and everything. I know when I was younger, my parents, my mom used to tell me, and my aunt used to tell me, I wasn't in love with this guy. Oh, you're not in love with him. You're too young to be in love.
Oh.
You can't tell somebody whether they're 14 or whether they're 44. You can't tell someone they're not in love with someone. Because
Right.
I
How
think
their
that's
heart's it.
right. My
Right.
heart's saying I'm in love with this person. So
14, I tell you, you're not in love.
Well, what
you
about
can tell me that, but my
You
heart
guys like
is
him. You don't
telling
even know
me
what
that
love
I'm
is.
in love.
They like
with
them for a
this
minute
person.
and then they go on to the next person.
But that wasn't the case with me. I
No,
dated
but
the
you in love
same
at
guy
14.
all the way through
But what
high
if you
school.
have kids
Oh, she
before
was
you
in love
get
at 14.
married?
Yeah, I was in love at 14.
No, you wasn't.
I was.
You didn't marry him.
I didn't marry him because he
She
cheated.
cheated on her.
But
She
had he
wasn't
not
That's the one
cheated,
that she wanted to
I
marry.
stayed with him for
Right.
5 years. He was the love of my life. The sun rose and set on
Oh
him.
my
Lord.
Because that's how I felt. So when
Wow.
he
Shell,
cheated,
how
it
many
was
times?
at 14,
Shell, how many
do you
times
think-
have you been in love?
I'll say honestly, probably 3 times. in my
3?
life. 3 times. in my
I
life.
say twice.
Wow.
Twice.
Honestly. Now there have been times I've been in lust,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, that was just it was what it was.
So that's what you were at 14 in lust.
No, I think I was in love at 14.
Puppy love.
Because I mean, I didn't really know anything about sex or anything. It was just
You just knew.
and he was so romantic. It's like every time he came to pick me up, he always had a rose on my seat. I mean, for my birthday, he would send balloons
Girl.
to the
That's
school.
good game,
He
too.
just
Girl.
did it all. He just did it
Girl.
all. He made me believe that this is how men are
No,
supposed to
ma'am.
treat you.
Throw that away.
No, so at 14,
So silly.
14.
and he
was
just
silly.
for the whole
silly.
5 years, that's all he ever. He would send me. I would see him every day, and he would still send me cards in the mail saying that somebody's thinking of you, or you got a secret admirer. It's stuff like that. It's the romantics. So at 14 and 15 years old, and you're reading those teenage romance novels, and he's fulfilling all of those novels.
That was your problem.
I was in love.
He was fantasizing.
But he was fulfilling all of those things in the novel. So yeah, I was in love. What?
That's so precious.
What did he say?
He said challenge flag. Well, let's listen. Let's read what Professor had
Yes,
to say.
please read.
It's very long. Who wants to read that?
You
You
go
know how
ahead
you
and
in
read
church
the
and they
share.
say, who want to take that Bible verse?
He can read his own
I'll read it.
statement.
I'll read it for him.
She gonna read it.
I'll read it. Read it like a story.
Okay, thank you.
Professor's answer. It depends on that person's heart. Financial decisions that impact the success of the family are a shared responsibility. The husband is the ultimate authority. He is responsible to God to lead and shepherd his family, while his wife's responsibility is to submit to him and be his helper. As far as money in marriage, the husband may have sole control over the checkbook, pays all the bills, and sees to the family's savings and investing, as well as giving, while at the same time consulting his wife and getting her input on financial decisions. Or he can delegate this function to his wife, especially if she enjoys or is better suited to the details of the financial realm, and that she takes over the financial details of the family business. But the husband still has the responsibility to oversee the process, and in the end, a couple that works together in the financial aspect of the family will be a couple that usually has good communication and mutual respect. I don't know if that answered the question, but it did talk about financial partnership in marriage. And that is, it is part of it. You do have to have financial stability. You know, you don't want to have it be unbalanced.
Right.
Where, you do have those families where the woman does not work outside of the home, but why does she do that? It's because she's preparing for children. Right. And so the man is financially capable of taking care of the whole household because they're thinking about their future. Right. You know, they don't want to have the children be outside the home, so they're preparing for that by the man being and if a woman knows that that's what she wants her role to be, is just to be a mom and wife, that she has to find a husband or he has to find her, whatever. Right.
That's going to take care.
Yeah, that's going to be that.
But so many people feel like if she works at home, she's not really contributing to the household. And they did.
Who said that?
Well, you have some people say, oh, she's just this, or she's just that. But when they started adding up how much it would cost for someone to cook, someone to clean, someone to be, is it mine? Someone to cook, someone to clean, someone to take care of the children, someone to pick up your dry cleaning. When you start adding up all the stuff
that's a house manager,
at home, yeah, exactly. And someone to handle the budget, that's a financial advisor. Mm-hmm. When you start looking at all those things that she does when she's in the house, she becomes very valuable.
Yes,
and a lot of people don't think that when you come home and your dinner's not ready. Why am I dinner ready? But you do all that, watch soap operas.
Girl, don't get me started on that one.
Yeah, so it gets kind of dicey. Unfortunately,
so it's okay. Let me ask y'all this: so it's okay to have a house husband?
That's kind of tricky.
That is tricky.
That's because it's not okay.
Okay, so
well, biblically speaking, no, because God gave the man the job to be the provider.
I agree, but it's more husbands.
But this
appearing
new age world, they believe in that.
Yes, house husbands, girl.
We do have some in this day and age, and sometimes it may be easier for her to find a job than it is for him to find a job. So it could be one of those situations.
Well, or it could be where she's just the ultimate breadwinner and he's like, well, I'm going to stay at home and take care of the kids in the household.
Or she could be very controlling and just don't want.
No. Yeah, he can. Like my mama said,
she got him a little concubine.
But everybody that can get up and get out need to get up and get out.
Is it called a concubine if it's a man?
Yeah.
Look, we both need jobs.
In this day and age.
Okay, somebody read AD.
What did he say?
Once
truly,
again,
what is love?
What is truly love?
I'm hearing nothing but materialistic things.
Who is that?
Right.
Okay,
Love?
don't listen to preach.
I know,
Let's
right?
do Deandra Moss Turner. She said, Yes, a man was created to work and take care of his family financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Also, the woman was created as a helpmate. So, what's the problem? Why is this always a misunderstanding? It's simple. Marriage is a contract with God, man, and woman.
It's that word contract.
Mm-hmm.
So should marriage be treated like a business contract?
It's a covenant.
It's a covenant.
It's a covenant.
And
then there's a difference.
Which
And
is a contract.
I think people, well, it is and it isn't. By man's law, it's a contract. By God's law, it's a covenant. And so I feel like in a covenantal marriage, you will try your best to uphold your vows and things like that if you believe that you're in a covenant versus in a contract. Because contracts can be breached, contracts can be broken. In a covenant, that's between you and God.
Right.
Contract ain't necessarily between you and God. That's between you and that person.
Right.
So, for me, my marriage is a covenant. That's how I looked at it when I went into it. Okay. So
covenant. But there's a third person in the
exactly. In a covenant, there's a third person. There's God at the center. In a contract, that's not necessarily the case.
Okay. That makes sense. So I want to be in a covenant.
Yes, you want to be in a covenant.
I want to be single.
So
I'm looking forward to being married.
Well, okay, and then let's take it a little further then. Prenups. If you're marrying for money,
then you will get a prenup.
Then you will.
But it depends on how much.
Get a prenup. Money.
Okay. We're going to come back to that question. That's a good question.
Okay.
So
what's that?
We're going to take a break.
We're going to take a break.
Okay.
And
sounds good. We'll be right back.
All right, girlfriend.
Right.
Well, getting back to your question, Fee.
Right. Go ahead, baby.
No, you asked the question.
Oh, the prenup. if we talking about marrying for money, then would you be willing to sign a prenup?
If it's not for money, sign a prenup. Is that what you're asking?
No, if you're like, well, this man has all this money, but he's coming at you and he's like, well,
Shelley's saying you're not marrying him for money, so you will sign a prenup.
Would you?
So if you're not marrying him for money, you'll be okay with signing a prenup.
Would you? That's the question. I don't know.
I will, as long as he giving me something in it,
Don't you want to walk away with something after?
That's what as long as he giving me something in it.
Yeah.
But I guess my thing is, if you feel like it's gonna be forever, then it's okay to sign a prenup.
It's not gonna be forever.
But
and I feel like
but this is what you do. You put in
says.
the prenup. There's conditions.
Let's say married for 5 years.
Like, look, in this prenup, if you cheat on me, then the prenup is null and void.
No, see, I would put that in there.
I would.
Yeah, I think I would put that in.
You leave me for anything other than death.
Right.
Then everything belongs to me.
Exactly. Yeah, I would sign a prenup as long as it had something like that in there, as long as some of the language said something. Because I don't want to sign a prenup. Get with a man, and then I'm giving you, because I'm still giving you me. Mm-hmm. I'm giving you me for the next 10 years or however long this marriage lasts. You got 10 of my good years.
Yeah.
That you cannot get back.
Yeah.
Right. But then you're going to cheat on me, and you're going to leave me with nothing.
Oh, no, bro.
Kim says she doesn't agree with the prenup.
I'm not. Well, see, I don't agree.
I don't agree with it
either.
I don't want to sign one
because I feel like I'm already dooming my marriage.
Right.
I'm starting off
I think that's
thinking about ending it. I really feel like that. Now I'm a little I like romance, and I believe that love should last forever. So.
There we go.
There you go.
Play that romance music.
It's supposed to.
At 14, I'm so in love.
I was.
She going back to 14.
But even now, okay. So we're not way past 14, but still, when I get married, I'm getting married for love. I hope, honey, if you're watching this, I don't want to sign a prenup. So.
Honey, make a sign one.
Is Honey watching?
I hope so.
Honey not watching it.
He said
but he can always watch it on the replay.
That's right.
Still be there.
It. But no, I don't want to go into my marriage with the idea that we're going to end it. I really don't. And that's even if I'm making money too, because everyone always assumes it's just one person in the marriage making money.
That's true.
If we're both coming in there with something to bring to the table, I still don't want to say, well, I don't want you to get my money, because we've shared a life together. Right. There should be some, we should be able to.
I think it's more people that have a lot of money, a lot of things that do those prenups. Mm-hmm. People that have like families that have left them, like they've had an inheritance and things like that, where it's money that has been long in the family, properties and stuff like that, that they want to protect that for the next generation and things, just in case something happens. But I'm like you, I wouldn't want to side it because I feel like that's just dooming my marriage from the beginning. I'm thinking already that it's going to end eventually, and so I don't know if I would want to sign that. You got a couple of comments.
Yes,
some good ones.
You got some
Some
really
good comments.
Kim said, I don't agree with the prenup.
Okay.
Bruce talking about why not Nick. Bruce, we're talking
I
about.
like Shamika. She said anything that has value protected. I like that.
But then,
But your marriage is valuable.
Exactly. My
So,
marriage is valuable.
The
and I'm
covenant
trying to
protects your
protect
marriage. You're
that.
supposed to.
yeah, but if I'm
Exactly.
walking away, then I need to be able to
To be
live.
honest
That's
with
what
you,
she's saying. Protected also.
I think
I'm
we've
still an
become such a
individual.
materialistic society that it's always it's about money. I honestly believe that
Still me.
yeah, I get it. But if my focus is on my marriage and not so busy focusing on me trying to protect
Okay, we can
money,
focus on the marriage, but I'm still me, and I still got to protect me also.
So what if you do?
Because
a
nothing
prenup
is guaranteed. I'm sorry.
Right. What if your kids have
Nothing
like a
is.
trust account or something?
Exactly.
You can
Things
set
like
those
that.
up.
Yeah.
you can set those up. You can set up trust to make sure that you have money when it's all said and done. But for me to sit here and sign a piece of paper before we get married, just in case this doesn't work out, I'm already going into it with a little bit of hesitation.
Yeah, and doubt.
Right. And so once you put that energy into your marriage, I think you doom it from the
Do
very
you think
beginning.
that a
No,
prenup means
I
that you
disagree.
don't trust? Like you got a problem with trust?
That's a good question because
I'm just a realist. I feel like anything is possible. Anything can happen.
that's
period.
true. I do believe that anything can happen, but for me, I'm not signing a prenup. And I don't care how much money I have. Like I could win Powerball.
And you're not gonna make your husband sign it.
I'm not gonna make him sign it.
So if
Wow.
something happens, he just walk away with half of your money and you good with it.
But you know what? So you mean to tell me that you can't live off of half $100 million? What? That's not enough? Because see, to me, that's where you get into this whole. I'm serious. That's not enough.
Well,
Ever spend in their lifetime.
Yeah, I
So
can.
we got 200 million,
Yeah.
and he walks away with 100 million. I still can't. be
okay,
happy
throw
with
this
100
scenario in there. He cheats on you with multiple women
And I
and
hope
do
he
you
gets
so
whatever
dirty, and he still walk away with half of your money,
But you know what? It's okay.
and he give them
Because
to those
my
other
God-
women.
My God will make sure that he doesn't get to enjoy that half. I promise
He
you,
gonna
he
enjoy
will.
it.
He gonna enjoy that money, and those
I'm
women
gonna
are
give it to
too.
God, and whatever he get with that hat,
Be
with
good
that
what
other
he doing,
half,
pray and duck.
that's it.
Let God get him.
Because I truly believe that God will be able to punish him worse than I can ever punish him.
Yes.
Even if he got half of me, even if he got half of my husband,
he ain't gonna get to enjoy it.
It is what it is. And besides, you know what I'm saying?
He gonna be somebody gonna take it out.
Exactly.
Right.
The way you
Because
get it
whoever
is
was
the way
trying
you
to get it. What was that movie with that lady?
Which one?
What was it? Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, and the
She took
girl-
all his
Right.
money.
Exactly.
That movie
So
was off the chain.
so-
Took
and
everything.
I'm
I
not
would've
saying
killed
that I
him.
wouldn't be hurt.
Yes.
I would be hurt. And I'd be like, God,
You
just
stay
let
in
me
that
live
dance
let me live long enough to see you do what you gonna do. Because I wanna see it.
Yeah.
But I believe that I can still be happy with my other half.
Okay.
You got some more comments. So Coach says, if I go into the marriage with a lot of money, I'm protecting my money. You will sign a prenup, or we can't get married. Can't get married.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's fine.
Now look, Coach and his wife going back and forth in these comments now.
Have you noticed that? I was like,
She said, I signed a prenup. However, let's talk about a living will. And he says, if I have a lot of money going into the marriage, I'm protecting I already read that part. Deandra says, if he doesn't want me to have it, I don't want it. I'll make my own money and he'll have to sign my prenup also.
yeah, I think it should go both ways.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay.
Mr. Pretty Man says it's almost a slap in the face. Like the only reason I'm marrying you is for money, which is the topic.
Right.
Does it boil down to
Does it
marrying
boil
for
down to
money?
Right.
marriage?
And Kim says, why get married?
Now, Kim said we are one when we are married.
We're one
Exactly.
we're
Why
married,
get
and then why get married?
That's why I say stay single. You ain't got to worry about that.
Because some people still believe in the covenant of marriage.
We know you do.
Yes, we
Scott
do.
said you're gonna end
You was
up
in
on an
love at
episode.
14. We know you do.
He said you're gonna end up on a episode of Snapped. That's a good one. That's a good one. And then Deandra says, but then this goes into a different kind of marriage that God really isn't at the core.
All right.
I would never in this life or the next. However, I'll play along tonight. So where's my pen? I like that one. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that was good.
Mhm. Did we read all the comments?
That's all.
I believe
Yeah,
so,
we read all the
honey.
comments. So so you guys are getting this podcast started and everything, and I noticed that you have a group on Facebook.
Yes.
It's growing, and it's lots of conversations, things like that.
Mhm.
So what's
Thanks
the
to
name of
Nick.
the group and all that great stuff? So people can find you on Facebook.
Girlfriend talk. Why limit happy to an hour?
Just like the show. And it's the one
Go
that
find
has,
us.
how many members does it have in it now? Because you just put it up
I
like
think it was like
3 days ago.
311. I think it's 311.
It's growing.
Yes.
It's growing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
It is-
definitely
it is
join us.
growing.
Yes, definitely join.
We got some good questions in there too.
You do. And you got a lot of great
Tell,
comments.
if you're a
Mhm.
part of the group, just tell your friends, invite them to join the group also.
Yes.
And they can always come when you guys are previewing here. They can always come to Brick House Lounge and see you guys live.
Yes, come. We
Don't be
love
coming
the
up here trying to
audience.
hook up either because we got a whole bunch of security around here. Include me.
Come in. We want to do audience questions and comments. So
Yes.
we would love to have you.
What was our second topic for tonight?
Oh, the
We
dating.
kind of talked about it with the marriage and treating it like a contract, but I do have a question, and it's not about marriage, but it is about dating. How long should you wait for a guy to commit to you in a relationship? So you're dating. Should it be 90 days? Should it be 6 months? Should it be a
It
year?
depends on that person. You can't put a timeline on that. You can't
Yeah,
say,
I think it's like what
yeah.
you said before. It's just dependent on the person.
Okay,
years.
10 years.
Boy,
So you're gonna be by
I
yourself.
wouldn't have waited for you for no 8
Hey.
years. I wasn't gonna do it.
Online dating.
What about online dating?
Ooh.
Online dating.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
our next
didn't you ask
topic
that?
was. Yes.
She said, what was the difference between meeting somebody at the gym and meeting someone online?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yes.
I don't think
I can
would
see you
need-
at the
Would you
gym.
do online dating?
Yeah.
I tell y'all a
I've done
story.
online dating.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I got a story for y'all.
All right, good.
I got a story for y'all. So, Cedric and I, bitch warmer season.
Okay.
Him and I were dating,
Bitch warmer.
and he got on my nerves. So
Okay.
we broke up.
We can believe that.
Both he and I went to do online dating. And guess
Okay.
who got matched up?
You too.
You got
Really?
matched up
That's-
together?
They gave us a T-shirt and everything because I sent
Wow.
them the story. They matched us.
Wow.
He was the first one they sent me. I was like, look.
So that meant y'all were meant to be
I'm trying to
together.
get away from this nut.
Wow.
Y'all were meant to be
And
together.
they matched. Now I don't know how many matches he had before me, but I know for me, he was the first one that they sent to me. What's that?
I don't know if so you would do online
Then
dating?
why
I
don't you
have.
take the
I've
50?
So what was
tried
your
on-
experience with that?
Some were good experiences, some were bad experiences. So when I first got my divorce, and I actually waited till I was completely divorced, although he had moved
You're
away.
such a good girl.
And because I believe in my marriage, even when we
Okay, go
we
back to online
separated.
dating.
Okay,
You
go
can do
back to
that.
online dating.
So
Go
anyway,
We
back.
are a lot alike.
Yeah.
Okay, go back to
Y'all are
online
so
dating.
alike.
But anyway, so I did sign up for online dating, and then I did all the things you were supposed to do to keep yourself safe. So when you're talking to someone, make sure that when you first go out to meet you
Public
both
place.
go in the public place and everything. And a couple of times I was thoroughly disappointed because
They lied.
yes, this one guy posted all these pictures of
Catfish.
himself, but he posted pictures of himself 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So 10 years ago,
He was fine as that.
Man.
he was a nice looking guy 10 years ago, and he was fit and everything. But what showed up,
Oh, bald and fat.
he was extremely heavy set.
Oh,
He wasn't bald, but he was extremely heavy set.
set.
And
Extremely.
nice.
Extremely.
He was
heavy
big-
set.
Extremely.
He was
She's so nice.
but
He
and
was
it,
big
and,
boned.
it, and it was nothing wrong with that. But for me, because I showed you real pictures of me, I showed you real right now pictures of me, And he couldn't understand why I was upset with him because I said, it's not that you're overweight. That's not even the issue.
That's
the
not
fact
what you
that,
represent.
right, you represented yourself 10 years ago. I want to see the 10 year ago you.
Right.
So that was a bad experience. And then I had some pretty decent experiences. I met some.
I
So
did.
did you
it.
like doing online
Yeah.
dating?
Did you
I
like
actually
it?
had fun. I
Would
liked
you?
it.
So you'll do it again?
Not in this day and age because now online dating
Yeah,
to
you
me,
might end up dead.
right? And then
Yeah.
a lot of them are just hookups.
But what's the difference in meeting somebody at the gym, at the grocery store? It's
Because
still be the
if I'm,
same ending.
but I'm seeing you face to face. I'm seeing you in person
Oh,
at
so
the
you just
gym.
don't want that fake picture, huh?
Right.
You catfish.
Once you've been,
Yeah. Don't ever tell me.
Once I sit at the coffee shop looking for you and looking around you,
You're like, here, girl.
and
I
you
don't
come
know if I
in
could do.
and you're not who you are, because I can't control my facial
Right.
expression. I be like,
I go back and forth with it. Like I'm like, should I online date or then
And like
I was in a
Bruce-
situation before where I did go online and everyone I met, I was
it was for
catfished.
Oh.
They look totally different. Every
So tell the
one
audience
of
what
them.
catfishing is, because a lot of people don't know what that means. Catfish.
Catfish when you
Like
pretend to be someone totally different and I meet you in person and I'm like, wow, this is not the
So they
person I
got
thought you
hook,
were.
line, and sinker like a fish.
Almost.
Yeah.
They fish
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah,
And
that's
you-
But I
exactly
don't
right.
let it go on for a long time. You need to, when
Well,
you
for
meet
the first
someone
couple
online,
weeks, yeah.
right, you need to establish that communication, meet, and get it out the way. Don't
Yeah.
keep holding on the conversation on and on and on, and you get attached to that person through conversation.
because
So-
I might
that's
not
what
be
they
what
do.
you're looking for.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do that.
It goes both ways because I didn't put any pictures of me. I didn't do whole body shots.
Right.
Okay.
I
Don't
only
do
put pictures
that.
in my face. You're not gonna
Okay.
get all of that posing and stuff. That's not who I am. So if you're looking for that, you're not gonna get it from
Because
me.
that's lust.
Right. So all you saw were pictures of my face. I gave you about 5 or 6 pictures of my face, different hairstyles and everything. And after that, you decided.
But
you
how
wanted
can?
to
But
see
if
me.
if you only
What
gave
else
a
do
top
you have?
picture, how can you
That's
expect
why
him?
you meet. That's why you meet me.
You
Because
meet
then
him
you can
up
see that
front,
I'm
right?
a full-figured woman, and you might not do full-figured.
Right.
And I understand that my feelings don't get hurt. I know I'm not for everybody.
Exactly.
So you get an opportunity to say, no, I like them small. That's fine with me. We're gonna sit
Mhm.
here. We're gonna enjoy this coffee, and we're gonna go on our
Right.
way.
Mhm.
Okay, so we got some more comments. Preach says either one is a psycho move.
That is true.
And then Mr. Prettyman says it sure depends on the person. And then Preach again says no online dating. You don't know what you're getting into. You see it in person and then it's too late. And then Mr. Prettyman said most people pretend to be someone else, which is pretty much what we
That's
just
what's
said.
Yeah, they
Right,
do.
right. But
I mean, I hear that it works for some people, but
and
I
it does.
Well, you know what? We had a question a
I
couple
don't
weeks
know
ago
who
on
that
the
was
show
for.
about cheating. And when I was doing my research and stuff, it said that 81% of the men on the dating sites are married.
Wow.
81%.
See, that's what I said. This was years ago when I was
You
doing
gotta be
online
careful with
dating.
that, too.
Nowadays, like I said, most people are just looking for a hookup. They're looking for their what was our first question about side pieces?
yeah,
Yeah,
they're looking
side
just a
piece.
side piece,
They
just
want to be a
the
sugar daddy.
Right. A sugar daddy. Those, and some people are into that. And if that's what you want, do
Wait a
you?
minute. Your brother said.
Ah! Better not be doing any more online dating. It was crazy, and I'm currently
Join
Oh,
my freedom.
Oh, and Mr. Prettyman said catfish is using someone else's picture and pretending to be that person.
Oh, okay.
That's
Thank
a
you.
deeper definition than I had.
That's a
for clearing
deeper.
that up.
Yeah.
But what about enhancing their own picture, making them, they have all these different apps now
Mhm.
where you can slim yourself up, make
That's
yourself
true.
look
But
flawless.
when you see me in person, I'm still gonna be a queen.
Ooh.
It is what it is.
I'm
It is
queen.
what it
So you're gonna see this
Right.
queen. But that's just my personality. What you see is what you get.
Right.
Exactly. I agree.
That's me too. It is what it is. You guys are doing good. I can't wait till you guys have your show.
I still think online dating is okay. You just have to.
I think
No, I wouldn't do
okay.
it. I wouldn't
You wouldn't do
recommend
it now?
anybody do it. No. Sherry talks about doing it. Don't do it. Because I don't know where he at. He done snatched you, done killed you.
But see, and I had a friend
That's
who
why
was
you
she
should
was on
public meetup.
not just that
Speaking of
though.
public meetup, but I just wouldn't do it.
I had a friend. She was
I
online
don't wanna
dating as
do it
well,
like
and we kind of tried to keep track of each other. She would call me and she said, "Well, Ro, I'm going on this date. This is the guy. This is the car he's driving.
Yeah.
This is his tag
Give 'em all
number.
the
We're
info.
meeting here. You know, that type of
Mhm.
thing." And then she would call me when she got home. I'm home now and I'm okay. I mean, no, if he snatched her and it would take me a few hours to realize she's not home, yeah, he'd get away with it. But you try to make it as safe as possible. My pastor did bring that up. He said, should you online date? And one of the things that we talked about is because, you know, especially in church, a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, that type of thing. So we shouldn't be out there looking for our mates. They should be looking for us. But like I said to him, if my circle is just work, church, and home, then shouldn't I put myself out there where you can find me? Type of thing.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Find me?
When you can
That's how
find
you
me?
look at online dating?
That's how I thought of it. It was allowing myself to be out there because I'm not a club person. So I'm not going to go to a club. You're not going to find me in a club. I'm at church, working home. I'm not going to find you at home because I'm there by myself.
So that was going to be my next question: is if you're out there searching or trying to be found, what's a good place to do that?
Why are you trying to be found?
Just live your life.
You should
Just hang out. Just live your life. If you meet
you.
someone, you meet them. It could be at the gas station, the grocery store,
That's
anywhere.
Club.
Yeah, watching football, Papados.
And those are great things, but my life consisted of work, church, and home.
So yeah.
Now you have girlfriend talk.
Yes, what I also
She
have a
needed-
honey too, so I'm cool.
Oh, okay.
And I found
But look,
and
I'm
he
not.
found
I'm
me at
single.
church.
Hello.
So I guess work, church, home, work.
Y'all about to blow up, so somebody gonna find
Look,
somebody
hello.
found.
Exactly. Say that, Shirley, if they want to be found.
They want to be found.
I don't need to
Once
be
you found,
found.
you
That's
gotta be
right.
found.
That's right.
So Mr. Pretty Man said, online dating is dangerous.
It is.
He said the best thing to do is have someone there to keep an eye on y'all. Now I've heard of that too, like having a friend,
Yeah.
like being the
Escort you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not into.
I don't have a
online dating.
desire to online date,
I don't either.
but I mean,
If I see somebody
don't.
like, ooh, wait, yeah, let me holler at him.
So would you go? So if you saw someone, would you go and introduce yourself to them?
Yes, I'm aggressive. Why wouldn't I?
I mean, you asked her that question of all people.
I know Nick would do it. Be like, hey,
I would. I'm too shy.
I wouldn't.
I'm aggressive, but I'm not like Nick, where I'll go and be like, "Hey,
I wouldn't
I've done
do
that twice."
I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I did.
I flirt. I'm a big flirt. So just me flirting, you gonna come to me.
No, you're not.
Ooh.
I mean, she gonna bat them eyelashes.
You gonna come to me.
Reminds me of my sister.
You gonna come to me.
I will just be like, Lord, send them this way. Send them this
Nick be
way.
like,
Look,
you.
I enjoyed my hobbies. I enjoyed
Yes,
church
I did
and
too.
work, and that was it. And it just happened. We met 20 years ago, so it just
My
happened.
BFF said, "Yes, you are, Nikki."
No, I don't think I would approach a man.
You wouldn't.
Be watching.
You would not approach a man at all. If you seen Honey across the
Honey
road,
approached me.
I might walk past, but
Honey
I ain't
approached
gonna.
me.
But I didn't approach him. I
She
didn't.
didn't. She didn't. Yeah.
I didn't. He'll tell you.
I don't.
I mean, other people told me he was interested in me.
But have you ever seen a guy who's like, "Oh, he's nice looking. I want to talk to him,"
I've seen a guy say he's nice looking.
and that's it?
I
That-
figured
that
that
was
if
just
it
it?
was meant for us to talk, he would acknowledge me. Because I still believe in that a man that findeth a way. I still do that.
That's what I was.
Sometimes
told,
you still
so
have to
it's
open your
like-
mouth and speak.
Right.
And say
If he
something.
says something, if he says hi, I'm going to say hi. I'm not a rude person. If I walk past him, I'm going to smile, but I'm not going to walk past him, hey, or I'm just, I wouldn't even know what to say. Whatever. I'm going to walk past
They
him.
gonna notice how them hips made.
That's just how I'm
She got that runway walk.
I get teased
Bruce
a lot
said,
about
don't
it.
be looking for them. God gives you what you need when you need
Exactly.
Who said you're looking because if you see somebody that you're attracted to, oh, he's nice looking, yeah, I'm going to approach him. Why not?
That's not looking. That
That's
just
not
happens.
looking, yeah.
Somebody
I
in
might
your
say-
And I'm not
opinion.
even looking to be married.
You just,
I might
yeah.
switch by, but I'm not gonna approach
Oh,
it.
so
I'm
that's how
like
the hips
you.
work?
Exactly. You understand how
I might bat my eyelash.
Exactly.
I'ma just be like-
but I'm
I
not gonna
might drop something.
get his
so he can pick it
attention.
up.
Right. But I'm
But I'm
not
not gonna say nothing.
I'm
I'm
dead.
We're just
trying to
showing
do
you.
that.
I'm gonna drop something. He gonna pick it up.
If you
Y'all
don't pick it up, then
serious?
that's it.
Like,
If you don't pick it up, you're not
Like, hey,
supposed to
you
because
drop
you're not a
something?
gentleman.
Exactly.
I'm looking for a gentleman.
Exactly. So
If you
Oh.
approach a guy, what makes it? Why he not a gentleman?
no, I'm just saying you have
That's
to know
just not you.
your right, your personality.
Yeah, that's just not you.
Oh. Okay, so tomorrow, 8 p.m., I have to put in a plug for our sponsor,
Okay.
Brick House Lounge. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. is the reunion show for A Man's Point of View.
Oh wow.
So it's 6 men talking about what men want and current events.
Mm.
And the Players Ball is this Saturday, which is January, and the message got cut off. What's the date? January 26th. This Saturday is the Players Ball.
Okay.
Players
I ain't coming to no
ball.
Players Ball.
I'm coming. Let's come to the place.
In the players ball.
So is it tomorrow? Is it here? It's here at the Brick House Lounge. So, gentlemen, ladies, tomorrow's the reunion show for A Man's Point of
I'll
View.
look back.
Who's the host of that? Was that Chris that did that show before? It was Chris Howell, yeah. Okay. That's been a long time since that show was around. 6 men
Okay.
talking about what men want and current events. It's gonna be
Interesting.
very interesting.
Mm.
So back to our show.
Okay. I like that though.
Yeah. So how do you guys come up with your topics?
Random.
Life.
Yeah.
Random.
No, we sitting there work just
Me, I'm random. I just like.
conversation.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So is it
Shell said I distract them from working.
was somebody put on here that you be texting so much that they phone be blowing up? and
That
they
was
can't talk?
Bruce. Telling me I post so much in the group.
He said I be trying to talk on the phone and it just be blowing up.
Turn your alert off to Facebook.
Notifications
But we
off.
come up with
Look, I
topics
got
at work.
addicted. I was like, I gotta get off this darn group.
Yeah.
It will have you consumed for the day.
But they are. But that's what girlfriend talk is all about because these are
Brick
things
House
you think
Lounge in
about
Arlington.
when you with your girlfriends and you're talking about it.
But it's a lot of guys in there
I
responding.
know
too.
it's great. I think
I
that's
love
awesome.
that.
Cool, from a
Yeah.
man's point of view.
Right. It's good to get their point of view because honestly, we're talking trying to figure out men anyway.
Right.
That's what.
And they
It
trying
is
to figure
nothing
us
to figure
out.
out about a man.
You're never
No, you
gonna
think-
figure us
And
out.
people say that men are really simple, but some of them can be
Don't
a
say
little
they simple.
complex.
But it isn't anything to figure
And then you know
out.
what? I used to have conversation parties at my house.
Really?
Yeah,
What happened? Why'd you stop?
I just hadn't had one in a long time. When was the last time I had one?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while
All
since I had
right.
one.
So yeah, we need to actually do a
It's
conversation
actually-
party.
it's
Got kind of explicit.
It always gets
Whoa.
You said what?
Very
It's
explicit.
not something that you can have on the show.
Oh, can we get explicit on the show?
You have to call it uncut.
Oh, so we
But the
can
thing about it is,
Oh, we can get explicit on the show. Oh, okay.
Like, we're just comfortable. We can talk about whatever we want to talk
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
we can talk about
about. It's fun.
We can
'cause
talk about
usually I
some
invite
things.
like
Yeah,
2
I
to
mean,
3
it's a real
men.
show.
The size matter.
That's cool.
It's
Oh,
fun.
well, she done already brought up a question. We're gonna have to table that for the next size
We're
man.
gonna have to call it. We're gonna call it girlfriend talk uncut.
That's the next subject.
Wow. Okay.
Nikki, we had that. Someone posted that in our girlfriends talk
Which
group.
one was? What's the
Does
question?
size matter?
Who posted that?
You missed that post.
Who posted that post?
Someone posted that.
Who did?
I
I
don't
didn't
know
see
who
the
that
post.
was, but I
saw
was
the
like,
post.
that's a good topic.
And
It goes really deep.
I don't know if my pastor is watching this.
Oh well, Pastor, cover your ears,
Pastor,
okay?
Pastor, go to bed.
Go to bed. Bye bye.
But yeah, there's some answers for that question.
Oh yeah, that's
So that'd be
a
good.
good next time.
Yes, now you know
yeah.
what to look forward to.
Okay.
Next time.
I can't wait for that topic.
That's a real question to ask, though.
That
You
is
have to
very
ask that
important.
question.
It's very important.
That is a very important question in a relationship.
Oh, that's
I said, what is-
why nigga happy till now.
Exactly.
We can go into the next hour.
Well, if we talk about the size matter,
Ooh,
Because I know
that's
a
a
lot of
whole
people-
hour itself.
yeah, that really is a
That's
whole
longer
hour.
than an hour.
Yes.
That's a
For
nice.
some men, it's not.
Exactly.
Shots fired.
Some men, it's in 2 minutes.
what Sherry.
I don't know, it depends on the
My
man.
friend
It might take
Sherry.
Oh, that's gonna
She
be
said
good, y'all.
She think it size of pencil. It's how he,
No,
like,
It
what you
ain't.
screwing?
It ain't.
I
A
don't believe
pencil.
that.
Hey,
I
that's how.
think
That's what she think.
That's a whole nother subject.
Oh, I cannot wait. I'm excited now.
I'm excited about this. So we know what the next topic is.
Unless it's a big cheat.
I don't know.
This was a big
Well,
Y'all tell us.
looks like we're gonna start with that because I think that's a really hot topic, and I think that's something that people
Well,
want.
next show is February 5th. So,
Yes.
oh
make sure you-
no. Kenneth Marshall would be our guest.
Oh, that's right.
He's
you
the
gonna
author
have
of
a
2
guy
books.
on?
Yes,
Oh, I remember. You
yes,
did put that in there.
yes. He's gonna be our next guest on February
What's
5th.
the
So
name
we'll
of this
table
book?
that.
Why would you ask me that?
I'm so sorry. My bad. Oops. Let's
We're
see.
not
Mr.
professional. We
Okay, let
just
me go
hang
back.
out.
Mr. Pretty Man said, which brick house?
5
It's the
minutes.
brick house in Arlington.
Right.
He said, really, it goes real deep. What are you talking about now?
Okay, one of Kenneth's books is called Dating Truth, Loss Prevention versus Damage Control.
Ooh.
And why must we play these dating games?
Yes, that's it. That's it.
I like
Does size matter?
And he's a local
He is,
author.
yes, he is local.
Nice. Okay.
I'm excited to have
Can't
him
wait.
I'm
See
excited
that.
about
Yeah.
that.
Make sure you post it in your group.
on. Definitely. If not, you're going to do it for me.
Yes.
Oh. Look, she gives me the smile. You do it for me. Yes, I love you. How's the
We got
drinks?
4 minutes.
That's good.
Okay.
How's the drinks? They really good?
It ain't Hennessy, but I'm cool with it.
Girl.
Oh, he got the bottle up there. Read it.
Oh,
I
my
mean, it's a
goodness.
margarita. That's just like,
So who came up with the logo?
It's like water, ain't it?
Shell and I.
Yeah,
Remember?
Nikki and I.
We was sitting out there.
I love
We was
it.
actually at Shell this.
Who came up with the slogan?
Well, let me happen to now. I actually
think
came up with it, and then
I think that
we
was
kind of
Nikki.
agreed on it.
Yeah, I thought that was great though.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
She's
it.
like, "Oh, Nikki, I like that."
Y'all need to get
That's
it
like
branded, copyrighted,
Yes.
all that.
Yeah,
great
Cartwright
stuff.
told us that we
Mhm.
can get it
I
branded.
think it works for us.
I love it.
Then we
So
had a
we're gonna
request
be
for a
selling
shirt
the
too.
shirts. I know I asked for
Yeah.
one.
Yes, we have had requests for the
I
shirts.
know I need one. What
So
happened?
Yeah.
we will start putting
Somebody
them.
called my name.
I heard your name too.
I heard.
Who's calling my name?
3 minutes.
Oh, I think it's the
Where'd she
guys
go?
up there.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
I don't know what happened. I don't think
Where
she
did she
realized
go?
we were still. I don't think
And
she.
you know, and then what y'all need to have next is some mugs. You
Oh,
know
I
how
have
all
one.
the
I'm
sister
getting one
circle-
made.
Oh, she's actually getting one made like
Yes.
this.
Yeah, it'll be like this, and
Yes.
I'll have it for the next show.
All right.
Yes.
I told them when you guys came on the show, let's get those roses and those little plates over there. But we was rushing to get up here, we forgot.
We'll have it together.
I had all these thoughts. I was
I-
like,
I love this.
oh,
This is
they're gonna-
work in
I can't
progress.
wait to see you guys set.
Yeah, here's a work in
Yeah.
progress.
Yes.
It's fun
yes.
so far.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be
Right.
pink and black and white? Your colors?
Other shirt is black
Yeah,
with silver and pink.
Ooh, y'all should have some wine glasses.
Yes.
We did those. You know what? Oh no.
No,
The
you
actual
don't drink
glass?
wine like that?
I like the tongue. No.
We
You know
have-
my cups
I have a
say
tumbler.
pure white Hennessy.
Yes, hers does.
Yeah, mine's is.
I'm done. I'm done.
I
Do
want
y'all
some
know Byron Stanley?
Byron Sanders went to school with.
He said, "Hey, ladies."
Oh.
Hey Byron.
B, what's up?
Byron.
Oh my. That one?
What was that movie? What was that
Some
movie?
deal movie.
Oh Lord, what's the name of that darn movie?
All right, 2 minutes.
All right.
Anyway, so the next show, like you said, is going to be
February
on
5th.
February 5th. Y'all will be here again at 8 p.m. You
Yes.
take over the hour, and you'll bring up some new topics.
Yes.
And one of them is going to be what
The size
the
matter.
Well,
The size
Are we
matter.
actually gonna bring that up with him?
With who?
With our
With
I
Kenneth?
guess.
He can be on for like 30 minutes and leave. I mean, he can
Do
sit
you
here.
think he'll feel comfortable with that question?
He's a man. He
I
got
would
answer.
think he would be okay
Okay.
with it if he's confident in his size. He should be okay with that question.
Right. We enjoyed you.
You guys are great. Thank you. What happened?
I did.
Okay.
We did.
Yeah. February.
February 5th.
February 5th is the next
At
day.
8 o'clock.
And then
Our
in
guest will
between-
be Kenneth Marshall, author of 2 books.
And then in between time, people can go to your group and you can still have some conversation and stuff inside that group.
Right.
You guys are in the group.
And if you're looking for a realtor, call me.
Hi.
Me
Go
too.
ahead, shameless
Hey.
plug, shameless plug. And we will post the group link to our Facebook too. So
Yeah.
Okay,
enjoy
great.
it.
Bro, did you just get up in the middle?
We're not finished yet.
Hey, you gotta go. You gotta go.
I'm like, what the hell?
So thank you.
Okay. What
We've
is
been
going on?
And then
All right, bye, everybody.
he called me over to him, talking about, tell Shelly she just came as a guest and took over. I did not. That's what he just said.
Said that. I appreciate it.
Preach.
You really helped. He
Preach
always
just
buys
said
help.
that.
You helped.
Okay, 411 Sports is coming next.
I'm not talking no more.
Goodbye.
No, you talking.
Thank you,
Look,
ladies.
he go like this. Come here.
much.
Thank you.